All right, hello everyone. And we are back with a new Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc episode. It's been a hot second. But we're back on the road here. I have to refresh my memory a little bit. I think this is like right. Sakura just died. I'm pretty sure. We're not too far along. Hold on, just let me make sure my chat is up and going, but I think we're all good. But yeah, here we are. Okay. We have to talk to people. You know what, well, let's go, let's make this easy for ourselves. Let's go this way, that way. The door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when we broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Shit. No, I thought the glass was separate. Oh, it is. Oh, but there's... Here we go. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So, it looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loves her protein.
And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
I know. But still, the protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff in it. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange.
Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass.
They must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it.
Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure, but you probably are going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll be an important clue later on.
An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. That means it was thrown after we broke the glass. Interesting. Oh, the chair. We have the chair before Togami. Cool. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence of any kind of string mechanism used to hold the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think that the chair had anything special done to it. Examining both the door and the chair, there's no doubt that the reason that the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence that the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from inside, not the outside. Rec room door has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hello, Togami.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me, go away. Hi, Pyro, as always. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I'd better go before he crushes my soul completely.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed...
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong body and mind and spirit. So, how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand?
They must have taken her by surprise,
Certainly.
right?
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
Forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Then let me help you find more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me she said she had left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her by the rec room by noon.
By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it straight from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry and just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I had stopped her, even by force, this never would have happened.
Hina? It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she'd end up dying, it might be good to confirm what I had heard from the three of them directly. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Hello? Anything else? Just double checking. Okay. Nothing with the slot machines, so we'll move over here. Ooh, blood over here. Hello. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Not important, I guess. We'll go this direction first. There are 4 red bottles lined in the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figurine. What I'm wondering is, how did those figures get inside those bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle.
Huh?
You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that?
Oh, yeah, maybe I
in
have.
other words,
So this is a Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma in a bottle, if you will.
The Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Don't see how that's relevant, but it might be later. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Oh, that's...
You recognize it, Hina?
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
So you gave that candy to Sakura?
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really liked them, actually. As soon as we could get in the warehouse, I took an entire box back to my room. I made sure no one else could get their hands on them.
You really like them that much?
I mean,
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've all lost their flavor.
Hina? Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said that she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Cool. Not a chance. Sorry, I skipped that part. But Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Do you agree? No! I don't think I'd call it interesting, but it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. There were shards of glass scattered all around the chair that Sakura was sitting in. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Monokuma figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. Monokuma bottles sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean that Sakura must have been hit on the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure as evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Oh, the locker, I see. With the handprints. Ugh, creepy. Okay. Huh? The locker's open and they're inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
What's the handprint doing there?
It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in the dust.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra.
So then, maybe the killer hid in the hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back, before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right?
Oh, yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Yeah, so then, what does the handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, is there an hint? Did I miss something? No, I don't think so. No, I think I got everything, right? Oh, are they overlapping? No. Usually there would be like other dialogue triggered here, but thank you, Pyro, for the hydrate. I'm gonna open a new water bottle. This is great. Hydrate or dihydrate? I think we're gonna leave. Need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. What did we miss? Oh, we could like look up or down. Maybe there's something. No, because we did the... Is there something up high that I missed? Huh. I'm not seeing anything.
Hey,
Okay, we already talked about that, right?
certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to be. Okay, cool. Did we talk to... Oh, wait, hold on. Same shelf full of magazines. Different magazines here. Owie. What didn't we do? Did the clock. Is it just something I missed? Kirigiri, we talked to her already. Okay, we might have to go over everything again. Just to see. Or maybe we talk to Togami again.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it? Oh, okay, we do talk to Togami again. Okay, that... I wish I could take you out for dinner. You see, you say that on a regular basis, Pyro, and you have yet to, donate the sufficient amount so that we can go out to dinner together. I'm kidding, but you do ask it a lot, so it's worth bringing up. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what a fool would... Blah. I can words. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya said that he didn't go to see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. If you are all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Listen.
Okay, there we go. This triggering the end conversation of this room.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation?
Yes, I think so for the most part.
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave, which is why I've decided that you'll go in my place.
She decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people, and I need to hear what they have to say. Alrighty. Oh, okay, cool. The other 2 probably went back to their room. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, are we gonna go to the dorm? But luckily it just teleported me there. Kyoko, Kyotaka, Mondo, and me. Byakuya and Sayaka. Junko. There's Toko. I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds...
Who's there?
Oh, she's gonna speak on her own. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. If it's something indecent, get ready for a sexual harassment lawsuit.
You know, you're always talking about how indecent things are, but you're always the one who brings it up in the first place, you know?
What?
What the heck?
Do you think you can beat me in a battle of wits? You're nothing.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
Don't bother. The only one who's allowed to accuse me is Master. My heart and soul belongs to him.
I need to pump the brakes on this situation. Awkward silence.
What do you want?
Talk to me about something. Cool. I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Byakuya already told me that she had asked to meet with him.
What? She wanted to talk with Master too. I just said too, didn't I? I guess it's totally obvious, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it?
I have to admit, I did get a note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go.
Toko claims she didn't see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room.
With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Yay! Okay. Higakure's around the corner. Sorry, throat weird. Yes, there he is. I pressed on the doorbell. After a few seconds. What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check in on something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How do you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Do you have special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one who she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she had asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well... When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She,
How about that?
She gave it to me in person. And she happened to mention it to the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, that's super suspicious. So, you went and met with Sakura? No way! I didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let me see. Hiro was feeling around his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, doesn't look like I have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. Huh?
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro slipped back into his room. Hiro said that it was just trash, but there's no way that that was all there was to it. Pocket trash has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What's next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can that we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm pretty sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start? Chem lab, chem lab. Chem lab, here we come. Can I map? Can I map? That's a great question. Is chem lab? Where is chem lab? Girls' bathroom, boys' bathroom, library, 2F. Third floor. Physics lab. I think the chem lab is on the 4th floor then, if I'm not mistaken. Girls' bathroom, music room, master's room, office. There's chem lab. Cool. Can we go there? No, I just want to go. Oh, is there like a... Can I not teleport directly there? Oh, okay. I can't. I have to go to this stairway. Okay. This is what I get for only starting to use the teleporting like an episode or two ago. Makes the time a little bit shorter. Not by a lot, but saves us a little bit of time. So, did you find anything? Somehow I can sense him saying, "Leave me alone," without him even having to say it. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together into one giant shelf. But the more important thing right now is the powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf. I have to be careful not to step in it. It's a bunch of yellowed powder scattered across the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint in it. Oh, there's different. Well, I already clicked down here, so why don't we do the bottom level first? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, the room hadn't looked like this. Then, the powder must have been spilled.
In other words,
That's right. It could have only been on the time of the incident. If that's really how it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out a floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen. Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I had drawn up a sketch of the room. So, how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So, when you look at it like this... Interesting. It would appear that whoever left the footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must...
Certainly possible.
These footprints be Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason to say no, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your foot do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. These prints are really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. And also the remains of the broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. Why are we summarizing something that I literally just read? According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident, and that's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Let's see, what's on the shelf? There's all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All of the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider the part of the shelving unit Section A. But, wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it there by accident? So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that have no idea, and I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Okay, I had to take a second to learn how to pronounce that. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived such ignorance for so long? It truly must be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What? Do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? In the words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. Huh, I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. And C. On this shelf is... One look and I can tell there's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and powerful chemicals. All of the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 different sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me in Section A is that there was a bottle label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Chem Lab shelf has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. I've already taken a good look at the Chem Lab. Maybe I should go take another look around the rec room. Yep, we're leaving. Goodbye. Goodbye, Byakuya. We love to hate you. Go downstairs. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Two murders in the same room. This room sucks.
Hey.
Granted, Hifumi didn't actually die in this room, but like, same difference.
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going?
I told Kyoko and Toko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see. So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying.
Someone's
Anyway.
lying.
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time.
Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Huh. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Oop. My bad. Did someone put it back that way by accident?
If someone catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right. So I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is, on one of the pages in the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. It said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Then it would appear that you found it.
Kyoko, is this...
So... It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it.
A dying
However.
message.
But just to be clear, I'm not sure about who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of the others who came looking.
Hey, is that says Toko, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Then she's the killer, right?
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer.
I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Dying message has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. The bottles and Sakura's body, right? Okay. I think Kyoko said she had found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Huh.
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between the bottles. Pay careful attention and you'd sure find it.
correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusions isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome.
And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer.
I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with.
Only to a degree. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Actually, there's another thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, do you?
An experiment?
Anyway.
You can gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle and try the smaller pieces too.
Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
I've already done it through investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so... Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass.
With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, is everything ready? Then let's get to work.
So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights.
Compare the weights of what?
The piece of glass you collected and the one from the Monokuma bottle that's still intact.
Why do you want that?
There's a point to this experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 normal Monokuma bottles.
It's
In
balanced.
other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense.
The Monokuma bottle figurines are basically the same, and nothing else would really
So
affect the
then-
weight.
Now here's the important part. Put all the pieces that you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see?
Well, a normal assumption would be that either they balance out, or the pieces collected would be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed
So
one
then-
here or there.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Huh? The broken pieces are heavier. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In
What?
other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles
Hey.
put together, and I believe we'll arrive at a very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you.
Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth bullet section in your handbook. Jeez, Kyoko, could you be a little more direct? You're really like pushing for me to come to my own conclusion here, but you're being a little too up in the air. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to be enough to help you figure anything out.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Don't you think we might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it.
unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I look at a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
It's totally normal.
Then how can you...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past.
What?
Sorry,
Hey.
never mind. More importantly, look here.
Her
Correct.
shoes.
You see the yellow powder in her instep? Instep?
Yeah, it really stands
I
out.
see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Wow, I've said that a million times and I still can't
Hey.
pronounce it.
Next is the wound on her head. Look
It's
carefully.
true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So just Let me explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to her head.
Indeed.
2 blows? Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands are spotless, and there's absolutely no trace of blood on either one. Still, that's what I learned from examining the body in detail.
Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I still can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at the body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
What a jackass. Okay. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is only half solved. At this point, whatever happens is going to happen during the class trial. No matter what happens, I have to make something happen. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after the other. And then...
The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery!
What the...
Is she reacting to the real-time, like, emojis? I would be.
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss it a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body.
XD. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it'll make it super negative. For example, you have 100 friends.
He's right. It does make it seem sad.
I can't wait!
Now then, please get in the elevator. I'll see you all down there.
Little dancing. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting super casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? What the heck? Whatever.
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt that one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one who had murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person here? That person is one of us? Come on, I think it's time to put an end to it. So, I made my way towards the elevator. With each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I have to go through this, it never gets any easier. We climb into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and suddenly, as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again.
Just the 6 of you, huh? Really?
And that, the Egyptian architecture? What?
That's so few. You must be so lonely.
You say that like it's not your fault that we're all that's left.
I wonder, did the class trial end with less than one classmate again? Or with one less classmate again?
Okay.
Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats.
Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir. I was about to say yes, ma'am. No. This is a boy bear, I think. Not that robot bears really have a gender identity, but okay. And so the curtain opened on the fourth trial. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yep, we're all set. Let's go. Slot number 18. We've done over 18 episodes. That's wild. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation.
I don't care.
If you can figure it, then I'll punish everyone now.
Fuck you,
then.
Monokuma.
Where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura.
It's almost like we think that it's we think we know who it is at the start of the trial every time.
Is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seemed really sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Well, the reason is she knew she didn't like them and the notes. That's pretty
It was
straightforward.
one of you. One of you killed...
And what reason do you have?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you. One of you killed...
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any... That's the only reson you have her accusing us?
No,
That's
dude.
low. That's about as
This
low
is taking
as you
forever.
It was one of you killed...
And what reason did...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's
Oh, why do I
That's
keep
about as
missing?
low as you can get.
Crap.
It was one of you killed...
And what reason did...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't... That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
Fuck!
That's about as
I wish I
low
could just
as you
skip to that section, but I have to hold down the stupid fast forward button
And
every
what
time.
reason did...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That's the only reason you have her accusing...
That's low.
Shut the
That's
fuck
about as
up!
low as you can get.
I'll get to it, I'll get to it, I'll get to it, I swear.
It was one of you. One of you killed...
And what reason do you...
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
You have to try to aim correctly, Jesus.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have her accusing?
There we go, okay,
No,
thank God.
it's wrong.
I just had to shoot super early.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet, there's no way that's one of you is
I don't deny that she wanted to meet. I never went to see her.
Oh wait,
I
shit, never.
didn't
That was
either.
wrong. That was my bad.
Shoot!
I just shot at the first orange thing I saw. That's my bad.
The fact that Sakura, there's no way that's one of you is
I don't deny that I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
No.
I never saw...
You lied to me.
No, that's
You
wrong.
lied to me, Yasuhiro. Stop lying to me! Dude, stop lying to me!
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small
You just
piece
make
of
yourself
paper, remember?
look worse every time you start lying.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is Hiro got the candy from, when Sakura got the candy. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not sure about that, Hira. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Oh, Yasuhiro's the ultimate know
What are
you.
you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even
At the
be?
scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her
How do you know it?
message.
How do you
Just
know?
like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
Okay, how do you know she wrote it, though?
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
What are you saying? No way! How did he do it?
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
Hiro, you keep making things look worse for yourself.
Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
I feel like Hiro looks his best when he just shuts the fuck up.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for
Did
yourself.
you write that to frame her, Hiro? What a dick. Huh, hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message, it was... Well, magazine check. Under the magazine check. Magazine.
I got it!
Cool.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine. When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, we have to grab something because this doesn't.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message, it was only after I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh shit.
And I can tell you when it was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
I'm just guessing.
When I pulled it out,
I'm spitballing here.
What I said makes total
I have a
sense.
feeling I'm right. I feel it in my bones here.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Yes! Yes! I'm so smart! Okay. Okay. Cool.
When Sakura's body was found,
I love
that
when I just
magazine was
guess
sitting on
and
the
I'm
shelf
right.
nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After
That's
we'd
when I
begun
found.
the
That's when I
investigation.
feel really smart.
And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it
Exactly.
then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did
Hiro,
you see the
why do
message?
you keep lying? You didn't do it. Just tell the truth.
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta
I
do
already
is
know
read the
he didn't
Vienna
do it.
sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first
He's
place?
like too obvious of a red herring for it to be him. So it's like,
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%!
I can't.
Without a doubt!
I
She
think
wrote
you were
it.
an idiot.
And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
it's, bro, you keep lying. You lie all the time. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Oh, we're already doing this.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh.
I am comboing like hell.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right.
Oh, this is hurting my fingers. And I do rhythm games for fun. Maybe it's because all of the ones I do are on mobile.
I'm at least 30% right. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
There we go. I'm impressed we were doing the rhythm game segment this early. Usually that's at the end.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Oh, that's true. Also, just at this point, I'm convinced that Hagakure wrote it because he wanted to frame Toko, but I don't know why he would have wanted to frame Toko because it's really obvious that he didn't do it either. So I'm like, oh my god. He's so stupid. Dear Lord, how do you manage to be the oldest member of the cast and still be that dumb?
Then who did write it?
Dude is like 21 and he's being outsmarted by a lot of 16-year-olds. Actually, no, aren't they 15? Yeah, they're all freshmen. They'd be 15 years old. And he's like 20, 21 years old. What a weirdo!
Hiro could very well have written it himself.
Hiro makes me inexplicably angry. I don't know why.
That would explain how he knew about the
Just
message in the first place.
His level of stupidity astounds me.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would
sorry,
you
skip
write
that.
something like that?
That's what I said. Why the fuck did you do that, dude?
Because I killed her!
What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Keep in mind, I haven't gone back to the original game in a long time, and the anime skips over some stuff. And the last time I watched the anime, I think was like 5 years ago. So I think this trial out of all the trials is the one that I remember the least details of. So, oh my god, you're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
We've established this, Byakuya. For once, you are definitely correct in characterizing someone like that, but, we all been knew. You didn't need to let us know.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well.
Okay.
Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy.
Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm gonna end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So, what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What he would have had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense. Why you picked Toko, why the magazine wasn't hidden. Huh. All of these are good questions, to be honest.
I got it!
But that
true.
one is the relevant one.
Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already
Did she, like,
confessing
play
to the
dead
crime.
or something?
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Togami, do you have something you'd like to say?
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what was written on it. There's only one choice. Toko, yeah.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
He's too obvious of a red herring. I don't think he killed her.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Ooh, okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
Okay.
You hit her from behind.
And you only hit her once.
Just once.
Oh,
the
right,
first swing,
'cause she's got
and-
two things, right.
Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from... And you only hit...
Just once. After the first swing, the bottle and...
See?
Is it the
Hiro really
summary?
is the killer!
That's the... Well, I guess I could experiment. We'll see if it's the summary or the status of her
I
body.
didn't want to, but I did it.
Was it Kyoko
Grab the
that
Monokuma
said she had
bottle
2
from the shelf
wounds?
nearby.
I think it's Kyoko's.
And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from, and you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
Oh.
After the first swing, the bottle
See?
shattered.
Hero really is the killer!
Right now we're having shooter problems.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma
And I hit Ogre from behind before she.
Oh shit.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Shit.
after the first swing. And
Actually, this gives me a good opportunity to actually look through status. Okay, status of the body. There was no injury indicated as to why she wouldn't have vomited blood. Okay, so it isn't. It is the summary. Okay, cool.
Hero really is the killer.
Because it's not the status of her body. We know that.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma.
And I hit Ogre from behind before she could.
Shit. Stop. Hitting A is what destroys the purple ones, right?
And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Yes! Okay, cool.
No, that's wrong.
I thought I would miss that for sure. But I guess it was in the hitbox. Cool. Nice.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
I mean, Togami, again, spitting facts.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
Oh, there was 2
Once
missing.
you
I
understand
see.
that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
Well, just the
Think back.
spacing.
After the incident, there were
And if you look at the
4
chess
Monokuma
pieces, there were
bottles
2
left on
types
the
of chess
shelf,
pieces missing.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
Oh, multiple shattered glass. Oh, that's why it was heavier. I see.
For now, just note that there were
That makes
4
sense.
intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
There wasn't 1 broken bottle, there were 2.
But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all
queen-
have in common,
The
it should
queen
become
and the
clear.
rook, I think, are gone? If I'm looking at that correctly. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be the object that Monokuma... it's the knight, never mind. The object that Monokuma had inside each of the bottles that they're holding, blah, blah, blah. I can read. Hangman's Gambit, yay! Chess piece. No, I want to... S. P. I can spell! There we go.
Now I understand.
Not to jinx it too early, but this has actually been way easier than the last
The
2
chess
class
pieces.
trials.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn.
Oh, yeah, it is the
definitely
knight and the
remember
queen that are
seeing
gone.
Each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. the king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just
4, she
and
said.
on the ground
Sorry, I
was
keep
the knight.
skipping it by accident.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Irrelevant, but okay.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Incomplete pickup of glass. Wait, then the bottle that was missing was broken.
Got it!
Yay!
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that
Just
shows
huh?
there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
The wait. The wait. The wait.
I got it!
Yeah! I'm on
Earlier,
fire today.
Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
I am on fire with
And
this
what we
today.
found was that the collection of pieces was
Again,
heavy.
not to jinx it.
And
I'm
the reason for
nervous.
that is
Nervous it's gonna get infinitely harder from here.
there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Exactly.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken.
This
at the
trial
scene
is
of the
making me
crime.
feel smart.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle was involved in the case. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados. Sakura's first attacker, Sakura's second attacker.
The bottle
Now that one was dumb.
removed
That
from
didn't
the
make me
scene
feel
was
smart. That was way
used
too
the
easy.
second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
Except for the fact that the 2 wounds would be
From
kind of
there,
obvious.
We can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow.
Then again, none of the potential perpetrators are all that bright, so...
Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
I am! What the fuck, dude? I'm sorry, that was really funny. Dude, like, of course you're gonna admit when you're wrong in this circumstance, because if you admit that you're wrong here, you get to live.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
Please tell me you're not lying on the stand again.
When I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to
She was
share
in the
that with
locker.
us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come to this.
Okay, I appreciate Togami's Hagakure slander. I will appreciate that any day of the week.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear. but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't
The
be
locker! The
ridiculous.
fucking locker! Oh my god. This is super obvious.
Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for everyone to find. A new element has been added to the time battles. Yes. Let's hear about it. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're gonna have to pay a little more extra attention to your finishing blow. Now that you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during the coup de grace. Okay. You select it the same way. I feel like I'm gonna fuck this up, but that's okay. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the Q key or use the mousepad wheel. Oh, great. Also, like in the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend that you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? I'm set to normal, so we're good. Oh, and by the way, you're halfway through the game now. Go you. Okay, cool. Well then, good luck. Have fun.
It's a lie! Nothing. I hate you. Curse you. No! Nothing. I curse you. It's a lie!
This is button mashing the game. Oh my god. Hiding in the room? That's ridiculous. Figure on the floor. There we go. What? Oh my god. Did I take too long? Is that what it is?
That's enough!
This should prove it.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I took too long. That's okay. I didn't fuck it up! Yay me!
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
All it really took was Byakuya saying something, and she was like, "Yeah, I fess up." I'm like, "Girl, you're gonna die, bitch! You could die." Oh my god, everyone in here is so unhinged.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Okay, this is funny. Okay, she really is that down bad for him. Okay.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early. So I went into the rec room. I didn't know.
At least we
what
do
she
have
would do
someone
if I
like
didn't
Togami
go.
here. Jesus
But I was
Christ,
too
she would have
scared
never
to
said this
face her
otherwise.
head on.
Would have made our lives a whole lot harder.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah.
So after
No
you
shit.
left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, for once, Togami, you're right to be a little pissed. A lot of people were really dumb here.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
So basically all you guys are saying is because Sakura was very large, you use that as your excuse to be scared of her? She did nothing to you guys. I get being suspicious of her because of the whole, like, working with the mastermind situation, but a lot of you guys seem to have that preconceived notion of her before that even happened, so you guys are all just dicks, jeez.
And when I turned around, there was Sakura covered in blood and staring right at me.
Yeah, she was hurting, like, obviously.
When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened.
Oh, well,
after
that's fair.
I want to know more.
You have a blood phobia, that's different.
Her.
Her, you mean?
Guess who's back?
I was loathing this moment. Okay.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
I don't like you. I don't like when you come out. I prefer when Toko's here. And you've been mostly present through the last few trials, so I was hoping we could get through this whole trial with just Toko, but, you know. Trope's got a trope. Okay.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Fair enough.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
That's, yeah, again, I think Togami's spinning a lot of facts during this trial. He has every right to be as pissed off as he is for once.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
You keep calling her an ogre, though, you dick. She's dead. She's dead. You could at least bother to refer to her by her name. Thank you. So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna. I was about to say, Hina has every right to be pissed if you keep talking about her like that.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
I think she just wants it all to be over with.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Ooh, that's a lot of truth bullets. Okay.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the mud.
You got it!
And where did the attack?
Right where I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Oh shit. Okay, that is the one.
I was just, and all of a sudden, I remember waking up.
You were taken by surprise, so you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
There we go.
No,
Again, way easier than I thought. Okay. Again, trying not to jinx it, because I don't want us to get in the point where I sit,
sitting upright
like
in a
with
chair.
either last trial or 2 trials ago, where I'm sitting with a truth bullet for like a half an hour.
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf.
I got it!
There we go.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason that there was no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because...
I got it!
Okay, that was because
Even before
we came into
we
the
opened
room,
the
right?
door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
So what you're telling me is that before Sakura died, a ton of people attacked her for no fucking reason. That's awesome. Way to go, guys.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it...
You can't even kill
that means
people,
Ogre
right?
didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's...
What was it? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
No, it was the shock to the head didn't kill her. That's according to the Monokuma file, right?
What was it?
There's no other possible what killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the
There we go.
No,
Cool.
that's wrong.
We are on a roll tonight.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Ego trip much? Okay.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It was the same shelf as the supplements, I'm positive.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it was the most neutral thing in this world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
What the fuck, dude?
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Yoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with a finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Penguin's Gambit again! Okay. Protein... drink. Okay. Oh. E. I. Did I? Oh wait, no, N. Never mind. I was not paying attention. Drink. I. N.
Now I understand.
Cool. Neat. Fun.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched, so the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene.
I got it!
Cool.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
Honestly, that is the most anti-science medication thing I've heard my entire life. But then again, her and Aoi are known to be kind of superstitious about sports and their bodies, so...
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Footprints! The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be... It's the footprints.
I got it!
Cool. Nice.
Footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Oh, owie.
The footprints. They're mine.
That's so sad.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers are...
I got it!
Oh, that's why he
You
wanted
are
to
the
check
only
so
ones.
bad.
Oh, so Byakuya...
Because he could tell they were
that
sneaker
explains
tracks.
why you...
These footprints must be. Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Nina.
Plus, Nina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but, I mean, right conclusion, wrong... I would think about it more like Hina, like they planned it because Sakura wanted Hina to escape. That's my first thought, really.
Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive
He's just
all of
pessimistic.
us.
That's why he's putting it like
I
that.
have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once, and...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here.
Friendship isn't
What matters
magic,
is outwitting
bitch.
the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
Thank you for being such a ray of sunshine, Mr. Togami.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Why was that thing spilled in the first place?
Yeah, that's just how it was.
Did I miss that?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the
It couldn't
shelf?
have been because you were already rooting around in Section A because we saw that your footprints were there.
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder. And that's where I switched them.
Okay, but it didn't seem like you moved from Section C to Section A. It seemed like you went straight for Section A.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you
I don't
hear
know
it.
why she
How
calls him
long
Big
until
Mac,
you're
but okay.
satisfied?
How long? Until we figured it out. Until I uncover the full truth of the case.
First I went to that's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
And then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's
shit.
where I switched the
I missed
powder. Once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the protein. Then I took the bottle with it and left the... That's all there is.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Skip.
First I went to that's when I grabbed the...
And you spilled some of the...
Yeah. When I grabbed...
Okay. And
There's
then?
no noise in this
Section
part. That's
C.
interesting.
No, that's wrong.
Probably because this is like her 100th time doing this, so we're not really arguing. She's just retelling
You
the
said you
story.
went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I had left footprints.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
I don't know why it didn't flash back for the trials and it had her sprite there instead. That's weird.
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A, so you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
I like that Togami's the one freaking out. That makes him look more suspicious, to be honest with you.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me. It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of
It had
glass.
sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
Oh, wow, the smug look on her face. Ah, Kirigiri. You are so good.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still
I don't think
realize?
I've ever seen
Well,
Togami
then.
look this scared, ever.
Makoto, why don't you explain it? Huh?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Oh, ooh, he is scared. The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the poison bottle. I think I remember it now. I broke something in the same shade of blue. The rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to
right,
get in was light
right.
blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that
Glass
according to
in
what
a
Hina
bottle
told us,
that wasn't part of the bottle? Yes, I would find that strange. Where was the bottle of poison should have been when, or where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room door? According to what Hina told us, should have been section of shelf.
the bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there
There
at
was
least
like
until the window
30
got
red
broken.
herrings in
In
here,
other
okay.
words, when the locked room was unlocked, there's no other way
Everyone
to
wants
explain
to
the
blame
presence of
themselves
that
for this.
glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Another iconic Byakuya line. How can you know what I don't know? The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can into the rec room after it was open. Cool.
When it comes to that, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Okay. Let me listen
When it
to
comes
this
to that
thoroughly.
protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
The locked room was unlocked. In other words, when I broke the window, if I concentrate on that. Okay, cool.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked.
Oh.
Shoot!
Oh.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt until the locked room was unlocked. It absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole... It had to be. It was in there before...
There we go! Woo! Okay. Cool. All right.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken.
Togami plants evidence! Yay!
So it had to be after we got into the room.
As he's been known to do! Whoa. I like these unique sprites when a character is clearly, like, losing it because as much how scared they are. So I like the new sprites, especially on Togami, because he's a character who's known to be collected even when he's on the back foot, so I don't know, this is cool. This is a cool sprite from him.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely.
Yep.
She was alone in a locked
Yeah.
room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been Sakura herself. Yeah.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I needed. Now we have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Are we doing this again? Ugh!
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
For some reason, I've gotten way better at this section as it's gone along. I think I understand the rules of it a lot better than I used to. I'm trying not to jinx that by losing at this now.
Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
Oh, I missed again.
Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
There we go. Okay, cool. I thought I had the wrong truth bullet for a second, but it wasn't letting me tally
Hina,
through truth bullets
Did
anyway,
you know
so...
that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The
Because she
only
wanted to kill
explanation
herself.
is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. I feel like, is Aoi trying to protect Sakura's ego? Because that's the only thing I can imagine of why she would keep insisting that she did it. I think she's trying to protect people from thinking Sakura would be the type of person to kill herself. Which is really sad. That is genuinely very sad.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it.
I mean, suicide in this type of place? Yeah, not unheard
But
of.
when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison.
Like,
She
it's not
barricaded herself
unthinkable
in a
that
room.
someone would get so
She
depressed in
drank
here that they would just, you know...
all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because, of course, Byakuya created the locked room incident, Monokuma forced her into the locked room. Sakura created the locked room. There we go.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did.
Yeah.
She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it.
Oh, I see.
At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found
Did
her body,
she see
you stayed right
Sakura
there
kill
near the door.
herself?
Because you already
Oh my
knew
God.
Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when
You were
picked
in
up the
denial,
bottle,
okay.
right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Why would she do that,
Once you were
though?
at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept.
It couldn't just be denial. She might have wanted someone else to take the fall, and I don't know how she thought that that was smart.
There, you took the powder and poured it into the
If
bottle
you had
of
just told
poison
us
you
all of
grabbed
this from the
rec
beginning,
room.
it would have been way easier.
When you left the lab, All you had was the empty
Or
protein
maybe she
can.
just wanted to commit mass suicide at that point?
Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
I got everyone.
Ogre.
So, she's really dead, huh?
Sakura's been killed. I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing! Oh, the manga panels. I fucking hate the manga panels. Me and my homies hate the manga panels. Okay. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Okay. Well, how about we scroll through this first? Okay. Who was in there? This is the most convoluted murder I've seen in my entire life. Sakura just happens to keep getting attacked before she commits suicide. That's kind of sad, though. That's almost proving her point. Does that go there? And this person is Aoi, even though Sakura did kill herself. Okay, I'm probably gonna fuck up this manga panel thing once or twice, but... let's see how it goes. I've got a few tries at this, so... So, that's Toko coming in first, right? Oh wait, no. Toko comes in, she goes into the locker, right? At what point does he write the... yeah. There we go. He bolts. She's looking out the... she goes out, right? At what point does he take the candy? Candy must be earlier. Oh, so that's a previously existing manga panel, so we know that that's not part of the story here. Yeah, smashed it. Okay, she comes out. She's putting it back on the shelf, right? Turns around, freaks out, sees her, smashes the other one, right? Yeah. She takes the chemical agent. She's gonna take the poison at that point, right? Pockets the poison bottle. this panel then? Oh, the upside down. Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe... Did I miss one? Oh, over here. Oh, that's because Togami gets the note too, doesn't he? So he knows what's going on the whole time. Cool.
The killer
Let's hope that I got this right. Okay. Manga panel hater, a very rare occurrence. Look, artistically... Okay, before I move on. Artistically, the manga panels make sense. They're cool to look at, like, and they work well story-wise. I have a problem with them because the manga panels that you put into the slots are so vague that they could be anything, and oftentimes I easily confuse them with one another. Like, I can tell what kind of manga panel I'm supposed to be putting in the panel to, like, complete the narrative, but then I look at my options and I'm like, what the fuck do any of these mean? So that's why I'm a manga panel hater, because I tend to get them wrong very frequently. And then I have to go back and, like, shift through all of them again. It's just annoying. I like how they look. Like, I love this layout, and I love how it's set up, like, as a way to summarize the case. I think it's a good tool storytelling-wise. I just don't like how vague the panels are.
But one of them headed out
because you could know
bit
exactly what was
earlier than
going
the
on
other.
and still get the manga
Toko.
panels wrong like 5 times.
She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Oh, that was the one I wasn't confident in. So
she crawled into the
I'm
locker
thinking
to
I
get
might
out
have
of
got.
sight.
Don't jinx it now. Don't jinx it now that I'm too far into this. But I might have gotten it all right, and this might have so far been the easiest trial. So far, I am confident in saying this is the easiest trial we've done.
She saw Sakura enter the room.
Which is weird because it's like the second to last one.
Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
As he is prone to do. Which gets him fucked over a lot.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing
What
her
an
name,
asshole.
he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack.
Fuck you, Jack. Me and my homies hate Jack.
When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the
They do get
Kenlab.
unnecessarily vague, yeah. Dang, I forgot she basically got jumped Lamau. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I'm like, I feel so bad because she was attacked twice for no goddamn reason. Like, I get that Jack is just kind of prone to being violent, but the Gakure, are you serious? Yeah, she she was just profiled because she's big, and people are so unnecessarily cruel to her. I get why people like her.
Into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture.
There's definitely like a fan base, a strong Sakura fan base out there, and I understand why a lot of people got to see themselves in her, because she did nothing wrong. Well, she did side with Monokuma, but she had reasons. She didn't do anything outwardly hostile to anyone, and she got attacked because people assumed she was scary just because of what she looked like. And that's really sad.
And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
Which is really, really sad, again.
And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
I love Makoto in that other panel. Aoi do be looking a little squished,
the full
though.
Truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
Kyoko. That's how. Kyoko.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case.
You couldn't account for mental illness.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
She meant that in a very literal sense in this case, because him not considering how Sakura's mental state was really hurt him in this case. Yeah, I did really well on this. This was maybe... I think this was technically even easier than Chapter 1 for me. This was the easiest one I've done.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point.
Thank you for the... I got it, the Steam. I got an achievement. Yay.
Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me.
Well, I mean, you never told us whether or not we could vote for a dead person, so...
Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
It was Sakura. But again, you never told us if we could vote for a dead person. Oh, all the grayed out squares. Oh, well, stopped on grayed out squares, so clearly we can vote for a dead person.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Tired.
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So, that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, Why did you bleh. I can talk. Wow. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Hina, why did you cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died alongside the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, most of us died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted.
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's...
I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note.
Suicide note?
Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me, I'm fine.
I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this, it's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive
my
this!
closest friend got hurt.
Sakura?
Because of me, my friends are going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But
Infamous last words.
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up at you at once, then...
Hina, please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura? She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable.
No. That was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
I don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you. And you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
Forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just wanting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand? That's how far you pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came.
Wait right there, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Their friends proceeds to get jumped. Yeah, poor Sakura. She didn't deserve any of this.
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to?
Yeah. You got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, and by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in, please! Open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weakness, just like any other person. If she got a cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
all of you blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight that she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it.
Hina?
We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
And that's why you led us astray? Oh, I skipped that. My bad.
Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
Protein be hitting different, I guess. Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt right now, but you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking a long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think that you have any idea about what Sakura was actually thinking when she died? What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your own interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
We're dating. We're smooching. We're lesbians. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well...
Oh, that was not Monica my voice. Thank you.
Well, what I'm really saying is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
It's a suicide note. Sakura's suicide note.
What? But Hina already...
Dad,
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
it's true.
This one is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in her room.
Huh?
What? Then... You lied to me.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I wouldn't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it. You totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it.
You filthy little...
I am not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the only ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if I had, had a factor in it, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? Is this part of the production process? Okay, and scene. Cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrative voice.
Hey!
Well, you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first
But
place?
hold on.
And isn't it just unfortunate? Killing yourself is so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
I mean, that's kind of when anyone gets murdered in general or dies prematurely otherwise. Like, that, I don't think that's specifically a suicide thing.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez. Talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go.
Something tells me that suicide is just a buzzkill in general.
My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night at this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
Oh, I see.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my
It's
own
weird.
life, I had to protect
It's weird that it's like being a 50-50 voiced thing. You think they would have just voiced this whole part.
That's how I saw things.
However, it was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried until the first murder had happened. Nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I just saw the weakness in my own heart and the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And, more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel.
So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her.
I don't think it was just that. In fact, the implication was that she was scary, which is why everyone didn't like her, but okay.
Her decision was to stay true to all of you led directly to... Blech. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic. Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I don't think it's weakness, although I can't really blame people for being at least a little hesitant of you because you might have been involved in their false imprisonment, but, you know.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
Yeah, so she was just really depressed.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony.
The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. To fulfill that obligation, I decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
This is what we like to call malicious compliance. And you know what? Gotta appreciate a little bit of that every once in a while.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of the conflict among you dies with me.
Well, I don't think your dojo will be safe because Monokuma is a piece of shit, but okay.
For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh? Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong, and that's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us, to sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
Yeah, because you'll be leaving her behind. That really sucks.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This path that I have chosen, this is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I am so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But this is... I didn't understand how she felt, not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other. But you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to all you, her death had no purpose at all.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. If no one gets murdered from here on out, then I would say that that was a point made.
In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly got hit by the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, I think the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note, and plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
Don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody would blame Hina either.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we needed to destroy was you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not supposed to be how this goes.
Power of friendship and whatnot, dude. You've seen enough anime, Monokuma. I trust you. I trust you understand what's going on here.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemies each other.
No, Monokuma, you're missing the power of friendship point. You see? When embarking on the power of friendship, we mutually understand that the enemy is an outsider to the friend circle. You are not in friend circle. Congratulations, you're not. So, we are going to power of friendship your ass and kill you. So have fun with that. No, he's not, Tokami! What are you saying? You sound really dumb. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only one way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that others have cast aside their fear of the
Don't
game.
make me repeat myself.
There is no point in participating in a game which has lost all sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here?
Now that I have only one thing to look forward to,
It's all clear now.
and that is the heap of the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya? Does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. If that's what you were thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire.
Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now you can say Sakura's death has no meaning. Now can you say, that was a question, now can you say Sakura's death had no meaning?
How boring. But nothing good could come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having fun this time.
What the heck?
Fun time.
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you all been waiting for. It's punishment time. Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead.
You're not gonna...
But is it me?
Wrong.
Oh heavens no! Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can't sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you I'm very particular about the bear times one rule?
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame for it to go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
So, for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest.
Special guest? Hold on, I'm gonna just... Okay, cool. Sorry, I had to check my mic settings for a minute to make sure we're all good here.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm familiar enough with this game. I know what's happening. No! No! Not my baby! I already had to see him die once. Poor baby. I think that's more pieces than there was laptop, actually. I don't think that's physically possible. But then again, these characters are like blood piñatas that have more blood than they do person, so. Well, there goes our way out. Awesome. You!
Oh no!
You suck, man! You turned him to a mangled hunk of jug!
Wow! That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for your post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell of the succulence, grilled is where it's at.
I realize how dangerous it can be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just an inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay.
Gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to a raw anger. The anger turned into fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend, and you killed him.
Is that what you call animism? Where soul dwells within all things? I mean, even, like, laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, I got my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was gonna play out from the start.
What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data on the laptop, it was I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward. In honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just a little too personal. So you had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can all get out of here.
Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life, and for that he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment next time made me feel... The punishment time had... Blah. I can read it. On Akuma voice, it's just what I got. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing the meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset. Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more to Sakura's note. Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet, okay, tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school.
What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. What I think they've done is...
Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in the spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for the day.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad that you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at you for your hardening resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's no... Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, losers. Wait, what is this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
Here's one last line on the note.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight.
God, okay, that was a voice crack. That is when you need water. Pro tip for trying to voice act basically a whole visual novel by yourself, have water. Have water and actually drink it.
I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it.
Wow. What a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die, she'll fight you?
Well, whatever. Who cares about what some dead musclehead...
Well?
You.
Who?
Hey.
Yo! But...
Yes.
Um...
Not possible. Stop talking.
Sorry.
No, 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 no! Huh?
What did you say?
What the heck?
See.
Ah.
No, 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 no!
As such, soon the doors to the... Okay, then.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
It's true. Whew. Hey. Correct. Makoto. So... Goodbye.
What's this? Unbelievable.
Just a second.
You too? You guys?
It's true. Hey. Shall we go? Goodbye. Whew. Goodbye. Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school, the one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba.